second day of harvest again. Now we're in the combine. As you can see, the grain is slowly coming into the combine. And what we can see in front is the header that's actually threshing the soybean. And once it's inside the combine, as I said earlier, the grain is separated from the crop, and then it goes up into the combine, and we unload it after a few minutes into the grain cart. So that's the view inside the combine. As we can see, there's actually the reel that's knocking off the soybean, and it puts it on the table, and then there's a big auger that's gonna sweep all of the soybean and put it right in the middle of the table in front, and then it sweeps it inside the combine where it's going to be actually threshed, and the grain is going to be separated from the crop. Hey everyone, we're now in the second day of harvest, and I'm driving the grain car today. So actually, as you can see, we're in pretty long fields, about 1.6 kilometers long field. So what we do in that instance is, instead of the combine going every time to the truck, we use what we call a grain car, which is a big cart that's pulled by a tractor, and it actually navigates between the truck that are located at the end of the field and the combine that's always harvesting. So we save some time, and we optimize the combine efficiency by having a second tractor with the grain car that's actually hauling the grain between the combine and the truck. So that's my job today. So I'm back in the grain car. Essentially, most of the time what you do is wait for the combine to fill up, because soybean yields are lower compared to corn or wheat yield. So the grain cart operator doesn't have a big job. So here we see the combine. I just unloaded it. I'm waiting for it to be full again before I can go under the auger that we see standing on the left of the combine and actually filling up the grain cart. As you can see, I've got one load of the combine, so it's about half full. I still need to wait for another load of the combine before going back to the truck. Hey everyone, we're at the fourth day of harvest. We're about 150 acres in the soybean harvest. I'm in the combine today. Dad's off the farm today, so we're a little bit of a low staff. I'm alone in the field, no operator on the grain cart. So we put the grain cart at the end of the field, in the middle of the field, I would need to say. And I'm slowly filling it up, and then myself going to the truck to unload the grain cart. A little bit of a longer of a job, but at least we keep rolling. And hopefully by the end of the day we'll be at a total of about 150 acres done in terms of soybean harvest. As you can see behind me, the grain is getting up into the bin. In front of me, the soybean is getting threshed. So it's a pretty neat field. We're about 1.1 ton, 1.2 ton per acre of soybean. It's a little lower than our previous field, so hopefully the next one will be better. Here we are at the end of the 5th day of harvest. We're just finishing up the field, and not the last for today. So this is our 5th field. We just finished our first soybean variety. So I'm now gonna empty it, the grain cart, totally unloading as much as possible the combine, because we're now switching variety, and since we produce soybean seeds, we need to do a thorough cleaning of the combine. So this is the first step in it. We're offloading as much as possible, waiting until there's almost no grain that comes out of the auger, and that's it. It's 7 p.m. We finished the field just at the right time because, as you can see, it's getting dark outside, and when the sun sets and the dew come out, then it makes it that the soybean harvest is really difficult. So we finished this field just in time. As I said, tomorrow we're gonna be in another field and doing a new soybean variety. Hey everyone, we're now at the 7th day of harvest. Yesterday I was quite busy out of the farm, so I didn't have any chance to take videos. As you can see, I'm on the cedar today. Why? Because we seed cover crops, which are crops that will not be harvested, but their main goal is to cover the soil and make sure that there's always living plants on the soil. See, we did a little bit of work on the field so that we incorporate the soybean residues, and now what we're seeding right now is radishes, because this ground will go into spring wheat next year. So we wanted to have something that will die from the winter, but that will also cover the ground until the first frost. Hey everyone, it's now the 9th day of harvest, and I wanted to show you how we dump truck into the bin and how a bin works. So right here we've got an auger that starts here, so the truck will actually dump into the auger right there. As you can see, there's an auger that's gonna take it up there and then take it up into the bin. So we're now gonna enter a bin. As you can see, there's some soybean in it already. We started to fill this bin, and what you can see is that we're gonna actually fill it all the way up, and we're gonna go look inside another bin how it works. But you can see already on the top there's a spreader that's gonna actually spread the soybean all around the floor, so that we don't have only soybean at one point in the bin, but actually really all over the place. Hey everyone, I just wanted to give you a last update. We're done with the harvest of the soybean. We finished everything in 10 days. I'm now seeding our last field that was in soybean. We're still seeding cereal rye. All of our soybean ground will be covered this year, some in winter wheat, some in radishes, and the vast majority with cereal rye that's going into corn next year. So we had a decent harvest time, definitely exceptional condition for the harvest. We did everything in 10 straight days. We had sunny times and quite windy time that was perfect for soybean harvest. The yield was a little lower than what we would like. We were 10% below our 5-year average, but that's fine. We're still gonna take it, and that pretty much sums up our harvest and our season. What will be left to do during the winter time will be to actually hold the grain to our buyers, as we are producing soybean seeds for next year. Actually, we have contract with different companies that will buy our harvest, and that will actually be next year's seeds for most growers. That's a wrap for soybean. I hope you liked it this year, doing these kinds of videos, and definitely I liked it. So it was a pleasure to show you our farm, how it's done, the soybean harvest, how everything is done soybean related, and hopefully you liked it too. Bye bye.